Hello friends, welcome to my kitchen. Place 1 pound or 450 grams of ground beef or mixed ground beef in a bowl. Add 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Finely chop a bunch of parsley. Friends, please write in the comments, what country and city are you from? It's very nice to know that we can communicate all over the world. Add to the mince. Pour a little olive oil into a frying pan. Finely chop 1 large onion. If you have any questions about the recipe, write to me and I will answer as soon as I see it in the comments. Add it to the pan. Cook over medium heat until soft. Friends, I'd be happy if you could give this video a like, as it's the best reward from you. Add it to the mince. Mix everything thoroughly. Place 3 eggs in a small pan. Pour water over the eggs. Cover with the lid. Cook until soft-boiled, about 7 minutes. Grease a small baking dish with olive oil. Form the mince into round meatballs. 1 pound of ground meat makes about 4 pieces. If you need more, use 2 pounds. Make a small hole in the center of each meatball. In a small bowl, place 1 cup or 200 grams of sour cream. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Finely chop a bunch of green onions. Now add the green onions to the bowl. Grate 3 to 4 garlic cloves on a mini grater. Then the grated garlic. Take the eggs off the heat. Then grate them. Finally, the eggs. Mix it well. Spoon the filling into the center of each meatball. Grate 4 ounces or 120 grams of cheddar cheese. Sprinkle it over the top of the stuffing. Cover the baking dish with foil. Bake in a preheated oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 180 degrees Celsius, for 30 minutes. Take 1.5 pounds or 700 grams of potatoes. Cut them into bite-sized pieces. Put them in a pot. Pour water to cover. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Cover with a lid. Cook until the potatoes are soft, about 15 to 20 minutes. Open the lid to check the potatoes. Poke them with a knife or fork to ensure they are tender. Remove from the heat. Transfer the potatoes to a large bowl. Add half a stick or 60 grams of butter. Add 4 fluid ounces or 120 milliliters of milk. Beat 1 egg into the potatoes. Add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper. Mash the potatoes while they are still hot. Finely chop 2 to 3 sprigs of oregano. Add to the potatoes. Grate 4 ounces or 120 grams of cheddar cheese. Add to the potatoes. Stir everything together until smooth and creamy. Take the meatballs out of the oven. Remove the foil. Place them back in the oven for another 10 minutes to allow the cheese to brown slightly. When the meatballs are ready, plate them with the creamy mashed potatoes. The combination of the savory meatballs, the cheesy filling, and the rich mashed potatoes creates a dish that is truly comforting and satisfying. And there you have it, stuffed meatballs with creamy mashed potatoes. The tender, flavorful meatballs with their cheesy, savory filling pair perfectly with the creamy herbed mashed potatoes for a hearty and delicious meal. I hope this recipe brings the same sense of warmth and joy to your family as it does to mine. Thank you for cooking with me today, but that's not all. I have a second equally delicious recipe for you. Start by placing 5 medium potatoes in a pot. Fill the pot with water until the potatoes are well covered. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. Cover with a lid, Cook on a medium heat for 30-40 minutes. Take 450 grams of ground beef and 450 grams of ground pork. Crack 2 eggs into the bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, ½ teaspoon of nutmeg. Then grate 1 onion. Put it in the bowl. Grate 2 cloves of garlic using a mini grater. Add them to the bowl as well. Take 4 slices of toast bread. Cut off the crust. Friends, if you enjoy my content, subscribe to the channel to receive notifications about new similar recipes. Crumble the soft parts into a small bowl. Pour in 1/3 cup or 80 milliliters of milk. Mash the bread with a fork until it forms a soft paste. Add this moist bread mixture to the meat. Now, stir everything thoroughly. Make sure the spices and bread are evenly distributed throughout the meat. Check that the potatoes are ready by piercing them with a knife. The potatoes should be tender. Add 1/4 or about 30 grams of butter. Grate 2 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. Add them to the pot. Now add 2 tablespoons of cream cheese for richness. Grate 1 ounce or 30 grams of Parmesan cheese. Add it to the potatoes. Mash the potatoes until you get a smooth, creamy mash. Add half a teaspoon of salt. Add half a teaspoon of pepper. Finely chop 1 bunch of green onions. Add to the potatoes. Stir them in for a bright, fresh flavor. Take portions of the meat mixture and roll them into even meatballs. Place them on a board. Heat a drizzle of olive oil in a large frying pan. Add 1/4 of a stick of butter to the hot pan for extra flavor. Place the meatballs in the pan. Fry them for about 4 minutes on each side until they form a light, crispy crust. When they are nicely colored, transfer them to a plate. Add the remaining meatballs to the pan. Repeat the frying process. When the meatballs have a nice even color, transfer them to a plate. In the same pan, melt 1 stick of butter. Add 3 tablespoons of flour. Stir well to make a smooth paste. This step will help thicken our sauce. Slowly pour in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of beef broth. Stir constantly to make the sauce silky. Return the meatballs to the pan. Let the meatballs simmer gently for 8-10 minutes to ensure they are cooked through. Cover the pan with a lid. Next, add a half cup or 120 milliliters of heavy cream to the pan. Let everything simmer for another 5 minutes to create a rich, creamy sauce that perfectly coats each meatball. Finely chop a handful of fresh parsley. Sprinkle it over the top of the pan to give the dish a bright finish. Spoon the mashed potatoes onto a plate. Top with a few meatballs and serve. Savory meatballs with creamy mashed potatoes and a rich gravy. It's a comforting meal that fills your home with warmth and brings everyone around the table together. I hope these meatballs and mashed potatoes fill your home with wonderful aromas and bring smiles to the faces of those you love. Thank you so much for cooking with me today. Until next time, happy cooking.